Morning. How's everyone doing? All right, so I'm gonna stand up. The seat's a little bit too big for me, but yeah. So we just launched ChangeDAO.org late last night. So if you guys have your phone or whatever, check it out. I want to start actually not on this slide, but maybe 30, 40, 50 years from now as a way to start to tell our story. And it's important to think about terms like metaverse. What is social change in the metaverse, right? So we think about what we're building as the beginning of a decentralized institution. So perhaps like the Whitney or the Tate, these institutions that have a specific focus, a niche. And so ChangeDAO really is starting with this idea of a decentralized application, right? So built on Ethereum, the idea that art is a lever of influence and social change in the world. So beyond the transaction of cryptocurrency, beyond buying an NFT and creating this revenue, which is amazing, and has all of these really powerful elements that come with that, right? The ability to contribute to causes that we care about, etc. It's the art that matters most. It's the art that changes culture. And so that's what we're doing. We're focused exclusively on social change art, also known as protest art. Guernica is a fantastic piece by Pablo Picasso. That was a great example of this. And so another element, of course, is the cryptocurrency side. So we're really pleased to introduce what we're calling the Triple P NFT. And the Triple P NFT is people, planet, profit. So everyone knows that every NFT that we create will benefit a cause or do some social change in the world that will be enumerated and elevated, educated. Planet. So every NFT will be offset. So we're going to offset everything out of our own dev wallet. We're going to work with a partner to do that, and then everything will be on chain, open and transparent for our community to see. And then finally, profit. And profit to me is really important because artists, I feel, shouldn't feel like they need to tithe, right? For me, the art is always enough. The art is the change in the world. And so what we've done is started with a very low platform fee, as low as we can get it at the moment. And that way it gives the artists 98% to do with what they want. And so whether they want to donate to a cause or 10 causes or 100 causes or split it with other artist collaborators, it's really all up to them. And so that's how we're building ChangeDAO. So this kind of shows you what we're doing. We're not working with Josie Bellini. If you don't know Josie, check out her artwork, fantastic crypto artist. But this is a piece that she created when George Floyd was murdered. And this shows you how social change art gets created as a protest, as an act of an observance, but also reaction, a visceral reaction to something that's happening in the world. And how it unifies us, how it brings us together, how it becomes this symbol for our culture of that moment. So George Floyd was murdered May 25th. Josie creates the art for an event 5 days later in Chicago. She takes the poster. There you can see people holding it up. President Obama then used that. He still uses it on his website as sort of the symbol of the topic as he's talking about it. She later mints the NFTs. So after the fact, she mints the NFTs. She gives most of them away to people that retweeted her or liked her pictures or comments. And then she auctioned a few of them off and donated 100% of those proceeds to the NAACP. Then she, but in her comment, she said, hey, if you're ever gonna sell your piece on the secondary markets, that's great, but donate a portion to a cause that would make a difference on this issue. So one of her, at least one of her folks on Twitter posted that they did that. And they donated their proceeds to Black Love Mural Festival, about 15 days later. So now we're coming up to Sotheby's, right? So you guys know about this auction house, Sotheby's. And sure enough, her piece is fine art, and it's auctioned now at Sotheby's. So it's raised up to a new level of sort of the art world. And the owner of that piece, Pranksy, is donating 100% of those proceeds to UK Black Lives Matter. So this shows you how the power of social change art in the NFT world. So we're just connecting those dots for a curated set of artists that we're working with. Really, like the Coldies, the Imanis, the Brian Brinkmans, Josies of the world. So that's sort of like the level of the change makers that we're reaching out to, but also organizations and individuals like Edward Snowden would be a really good example of an individual that's not associated with a cause or a profit, may not even be an artist, but certainly has something to say. And then final slide here. So we just launched this today, and we have a lot to talk about with what we're doing. We're having an event tomorrow. You can learn about it on our Twitter, like a Good Morning Coffee with a couple of crypto artists. And this is just a quick screenshot of our Genesis NFT. And we're actually not dropping it yet. So the entire month of November, we're focused on building our grassroots global community. And we're doing that by asking you to take a look at these 7 areas of social change in the world, and choose the one that matters to you, and then submit a short video. Camera phone is fine, just of you talking about the change you are either working on or want to create in the world. We'll choose 7 folks, 7 stories of social change, and those will be the first folks that are a part of our DAO. And what's beautiful is that when we do the drop, there will be 50% of all of the money that goes to ChangeDAO goes to a community wallet, which can only be accessed by the DAO, which means that those 7 folks could in fact have their project funded by the DAO as the first thing that, first example of the change that ChangeDAO is helping create in the world. So thanks a lot to my esteemed colleagues. I think that we have a few minutes here. Questions? Or?